Welcome
Well,
back to the Raspy Rundown. It's been a minute. I'm honestly so not happy with the way that we were unable to keep consistency. I mean, vacations happened. I feel like that's kind of what threw us off.
I feel like the vacation really started the whole scenario of me being absent. You would think I would have more time, but between the dogs, going to Mexico, and then my friend visiting, which we'll talk about, it's been crazy. And then just life happening, right? Just really, really busy with life. So we could start with my Mexico trip,
Yeah,
which
let's
was
start
fast.
with
It was a
Mexico.
blast. Yeah, it was very interesting because we were only there for 5 nights and we had two tours planned in 5 days. And so 2 days of rest and 2 days of just exhaustion. And I did something very, very unusual that I have never done in my life. I actually swam in the cenote days. Do you know what the cenote days are?
No.
Cenote days are these underground swimming holes that are not man-made, they're natural.
Wow.
And you start off with the first one, and you're like, that's not a big deal. We went in a group tour, a very small group tour, and you're just like, oh, this is great. I can handle it. It's fun. It's fun. The weather's beautiful. It's outside. That one, fine. Then the second one got a little more challenging. That was a little bit more like underground, but beautiful, spacious. There's fish. You're not outside, you're inside. There's a lot of sediment. But again, I could handle it. What I didn't know was the third one, and that was the one Olivia was really shocked about too. We had no idea that it was going to be that kind of like not barbaric, but like, and not caveman, but I did feel like I did something in a way that I never would have done if I had known what it would have involved, because it involved us going down these steps into an underground cave where it was completely dark with flashlights, and it was a group of us, and our guide, he was just so helpful and so knowledgeable, but so not communicative in terms of how long this was going to last. And I would say we were probably down there for 45 minutes, and parts of it were beautiful, and you're swimming, but you're in the dark, so you're holding these flashlights, and then he's telling you to watch your head so you don't hit your head, and then he's trying to help this one woman that he thought she was going to fall. And then you're finally like in this beautiful array of light where you can see the end, but it's really not the end. And I at one point asked him, like, are we almost done? But there was a communication gap, and he just said something like 600 kilometers or something like that. It had nothing to do with the end. I think he thought I was saying, how deep are we? And Olivia was on a rope, and we were enjoying ourselves. I didn't go on the rope, but I thought it was the end, and it wasn't. So then we had to swim, and my flip flop floated to the top. Someone grabbed it because we had to have flip flops on. Can you imagine swimming with flip flops? Part of it was deep, part of it was shallow. And then when we got to the shallow part, he told us to all stand on the land part, and that there was this fruit that the bats bring. And I said, well, where are the bats? And he said, well, the bats are in the cave. Do you want to see them? And I said, no, I don't want to see them. He said, they're sleeping. I said, okay, that's good. I'm glad they're sleeping, but I don't want to see them. I think I'm just going to pass and let them be.
Well, did you get the fruit?
I didn't even look at the fruit. I just kind of swam by the fruit. We weren't supposed to get the fruit.
Oh,
They just leave it there. But what he did was, which was really scary at one point, is he had us all turn our flashlights off when we were on land. We weren't in the water, and we had to, like, for a minute or two in the dark, turning off your flashlights, having a moment of silence. And we stood there in the dark, and like everybody was like, this is the scariest thing. Like, we've never had to do that before. And so that was a challenge for me to be silent in the dark. Like, not, I mean, if you had a fear of enclosed places, claustrophobic, this was not a place to be. And if you had a medical emergency, forget it. Forget it. You would have been screwed because there's nowhere to go. You had to go out the other side. So we did it, and I felt like it was a big accomplishment. And Olivia was proud of me, and she's laughing. We're all laughing because none of us really envisioned it to be like that. So I don't know if none of us were like smart enough to look at the full pamphlet, or if the pamphlet really didn't do it justice to really explain how involved this was. But that was the highlight of my trip in terms of accomplishing something really hard. The day before, we did a tour, and that tour was easy compared to this. That was the ruins, seeing the ruins, and then going into town and then going down what's called, this was so relaxing, lazy river, which I was worried about, but that was so easy compared to this. We had to put life preservers on, go in a boat, like a speedboat, go really fast and get to the end, come out of it, and then go down this lazy river where you don't have to do anything. You put it on like a diaper, you sit in the life preserver, and you just go down and you float down, and it was incredible. It really was.
How
So
was the
that
food?
food was amazing. Every night was amazing. Of course, they were having a cold front and they
Ugh.
had seaweed problems, but the hotel was fabulous and the water was beautiful. Although I didn't go in the water, only Olivia went in the water because it was a little cold. We had a couple pools and it was just really relaxing. So Olivia and I were saying we did this for our 25th. One more day would have been, because we did the 2 tours. So
That's
really
what you
only had,
always say. You always say like, "Oh, just one more day would have been nice." You should always book out that way.
I
So then you
know.
don't always have that of like one more day would have been good.
Well, Livy doesn't listen to the podcast, so in fairness, I can just say this. I would have done it, but she was the one that said she didn't want to go an extra day because she didn't want to miss work. Because she was like,
I could not imagine having that mentality. Like I mean, unless it's like my actual career, red carpets and all that. But if it's
yeah.
not, my actual career, if I'm booking out a vacation, I'm gonna book out a vacation. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't vacation.
Well, the
That's
funny
just,
thing is she wasn't salaried. Now she said when we were out there, she got really good news that they were going to salary her. She
yeah.
said, "Oh, good. Now you can do time off." Nope, still the same thing. She doesn't want to take extra days,
No,
only
no,
when
thank
she's
you.
allotted.
Couldn't
So
be
that
me.
that was
And you
good
got
news.
really good photos on the beach. You looked great. You got some good, cute beach photos.
Lots of margaritas. I love the tequila, mezcal, whatever it was called. That was great. We had a really adorable waiter. I lost his number because Livia wanted to get his number to be able to see if he ever came to this country. He was a really interesting guy, but I don't know what I did with it.
Was
So
she
he was,
upset that you lost it?
it wasn't really for her to date him. It was just that we wanted to be able to communicate with him, and she was okay with it. But I don't know where it went, honestly. But we had a really good time. And luckily, we had no issues in the airport. So that was because literally the week after we got back, or a few days after, that's when the nightmare started with the airport with the ice. And we were at JFK. So we were very lucky. So that went well. And then my girlfriend came a week later. That's why I couldn't film for the podcast. And we had a great fun time. We hadn't seen each other in 17 years. Can you imagine not seeing somebody for 17 years? And it was like yesterday. We were able to just pick up where we left off. We had so much fun. The only thing I will say, without going into detail about everything we did, we had a very scary incident happen on the highway. And that was not the highlight. That was really scary. We were driving down the highway, Sawmill Parkway. It was 2 lanes. We're looking. All of a sudden, we don't see something fly off a truck. We just see a big thing in the road. And it turned out it was like a big part of a car that must have fallen off the fender or the door. It was that large. We could not get over. There was people in that lane. We tried to slow down. People behind us would not, they were honking like crazy. The New Yorkers, you know how they are, would not slow down. Now, I don't know if they didn't know what they were seeing or what, but basically, we slowed down, but we could not stop. My girlfriend was driving my car because I'm a baby. I didn't want to drive the car. She was driving. She slowed down. She did the best thing. We slowed down. We did not come to a complete stop till the very end. Car behind me did not hit us because we didn't stop. We slowed down. By that point, they got over. And then we finally stopped. The stupid thing was under from the front all the way underneath. And so this really nice truck came around from the right lane, went around to the left, backed up, stopped. My friend was able to pull the thing out. It was not heavy. And then he took it and brought it across the highway. I'm standing on the highway and threw it in the woods. So my question to you is, what would you do if that was you driving? Would you come to a complete stop, or would you do what Jackie did and try to slow down until they came over? And do you think you would even be aware to do that? Do you think you would even be
I
able
mean,
to?
I would probably go into the other lane. Why didn't you go into the other lane?
Because there was somebody in the next lane and they would not get over for us.
Yeah,
Like
that's hard. I
it
would
was
just have
it
to
was
slow down. I mean, you would have to hope that the cars behind you would stop. They would have to have some sense of, people are stopped for a reason. That's why I always think about Rebecca Gayheart, who, I mean, I'm sorry to have to bring this up again, but she was at us. in Beverly Hills, and the car in front of her was stopped, and she went around it because she was impatient, and she ran over and killed a little boy. And so I always think about that. That's why I never stop. If a car in front of me is stopped, I will wait. I don't ever go around because then I know, who knows why they're stopped. There obviously is a reason that they're stopped. Someone is crossing, there's an object in the road. So I think it's really stupid when people just try to like make their way around and be like, I'm not waiting. I mean, obviously the person in front of you, for the most part, is probably stopped for a reason.
I didn't see right, and I there was nobody. The funny thing is, there was nobody in front of me. Like cars were way ahead, so this could have happened 25 minutes before,
Yeah,
but people were able to get over, or it could have just happened.
right.
And I was really annoyed with the person behind me because I'm like, obviously we're slowing down for a reason. Why are you honking?
Yeah.
Like, why are you honking at us? Like, we can't do it. So it was terrible. It was very scary. My friend was like, we were so lucky. It was really scary because it was like we were watching it in slow motion. So, like, my question, you would probably slow down, but you wouldn't stop because if you stop, the person behind you is going to hit you.
Well, if
So,
they're close to hitting me, yeah, I wouldn't want to stop.
so we didn't stop until they got over. Then we stopped.
Hmm.
So it was really a scary moment. So
Yeah.
anyway, but other than that, we had a really fun week. So those were the two huge things. And then back to reality, just getting back to life, listening to all the crazy stories, trying to catch up for the podcast, watching shows left and right. So we could discuss a lot of funny things or sad things or just very much controversial things in the news and enjoyable things. At the end of this podcast, we always talk about a fun or a nice, happy thing. But let's get right to it. Let's talk about what's been going on in the news. Or if you want, we could talk about what's been going on in your life first.
Yeah, I
It's your
can just say I hosted the Hollywood Beauty Awards, which was super fun. I was a correspondent on the red carpet for their 11th annual show and the backstage correspondent. So I was able to interview all of the glam fairies of Hollywood. It's the makeup artists, hairdressers, stylists who are nominated at the Hollywood Beauty Awards. And then a lot of them bring with them their celebrity client. So it's really fun. I get to talk to them about their craft, and then I got to interview Jeremy Allen White, Niecy Nash, people like that who are clients of these makeup artists, groomers, all of that. It was super fun. I had 150 cards, one for every person. It was a whirlwind. It was like a real award show of just live television, even though it wasn't live. I really conduct my interviews like they're live. So it's interview after interview. You have to be on it. And then when they win their award, they come backstage. You have to immediately interview them and then the next winner. And you have to have a different set of questions. At least, I have a different question for everyone. I don't do generic. So I have to think of questions for them on the carpet and then questions for the winner's room. And I did weeks of research, super fun. I had a dress actually designed for me from a designer in Paris. It was couture. It was gorgeous. It was baby blue. I have it all over social media. I felt like Cinderella. So it was a really fun night. It was a week ago today. So I'm really sad. That was
You
just,
said it was a week ago today?
yeah, it was just such a fun experience. I loved it. And I
Oh
got
my God.
hired for the next one the night of. I mean, I had the best time.
You got hired for the one they're going to do in the fall?
For their fall show before I even left the building that night. It was exhilarating. I never get tired from carpets. That's what gives me adrenaline. I know after work a lot of people are tired, but for me, after doing something so great like that, I'm on cloud nine. And then the next day, I woke up and I went to Camp Poosh, which is Kourtney Kardashian's Coachella party. And that was so fun. My friend came to town. It was a blast. So it was a really fun weekend. I'm kind of sad it's over.
And you're lucky because you also got a lot of free gifts. Tell the viewers, because you work for an outlet, they send you all this stuff. You
Yeah,
get so many amazing perks. What did
I
you
get a
get? You
lot
went,
of amazing perks, including this shirt that says Younger and Hotter. This is my
oh my
Younger and
God,
Hotter shirt.
love it. I love it.
Super cute. It's a little tank. Okay, Selena Gomez. It's Selena Gomez's line.
Oh, is
And
it?
yeah, and so it was not Women's Month, right? International Women's Day and Women's Month. So they Universal Music Group sent me a bunch of merch from their artists. So I have Olivia Rodrigo hat. I'm gonna give Olivia. I'm gonna give you a Shania Twain shirt. This one I'm keeping for myself, Selena Gomez. And
Do
this
I
is
want
my motto,
Shania?
younger and hotter.
But do I want Shania? Was she nice at one of the carpets
Oh,
for
she
you?
wasn't nice, no, but you know what? I mean, like, it's a cute shirt. She was really not that great to me at a carpet, but I forgive her. It was a
Oh
crazy
my
after
God.
party. Maybe next time, I guarantee she won't pass up an interview. But
Oh my.
no, it was super fun. And then at Coachella party at Camp Poosh, I got a bunch of free stuff there because it's pretty much like a gifting suite. So the Kardashians have all their products there. And I think you should try Khloe Kardashian's protein popcorn and protein chips. They're really good.
Really?
Not Courtney, Chloe. Chloe has their brand of, yeah, they're delicious. It's called Cloud with a K. And
Okay.
super good,
Chloe,
all clean ingredients. They're protein popcorn and protein chips, tortilla
could you bring
chips.
some when you come in 2 weeks? She's coming for yours. Alexandra's coming in 2 weeks. I haven't seen her since Christmas.
Yes,
So
I'm
it's crazy.
back.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
I can bring
can you bring
some.
that?
Yeah, I can
Bring
bring
those
some.
in my dress that you owe me.
Yes.
I keep telling you to bring the dress. I'm
Yeah,
like,
just keep
please
telling me.
remind
I'll have to remember. And I have some other stuff for you guys, some more products that I was gifted. But it's super great to be able to get all that stuff. Loft had a booth, like, and they had all these jeans and jean jackets. But the
me.
line, yes, and the line was so
I
hard.
don't do the loft anymore.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. They came back just like Abercrombie. They have all these great jeans and
What?
jean jackets. Yeah, just like Abercrombie redid themselves. Loft
Okay,
redid
wait,
themselves.
I gotta stop for a hot moment. That's crazy because I've been consigning so much stuff. Because since we got on this, I had the whole closet thing.
Hmm.
I don't remember if we talked about it in the last podcast, but I think we did.
Yeah.
And I got rid of so much loft stuff.
Yeah,
Even
well, they have new
recently,
stuff now. None of the old stuff, but I'm saying, you know how Abercrombie revamped and
what?
it's all cute now?
But I
So
didn't
now
know.
Loft has all new cute stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So like this White House Black Market, like the one that we don't like anymore, because I feel
I
like
love White House Black Market.
okay, because I got rid of
Yeah.
some Black House.
I shop there all the time. They have super cute stuff. Everything is cute and new now. You're just getting rid of things that would not be stylish at any
Yeah,
store. You know, it's
yeah.
just out of style. But it's not
I
because
can't
of the
wait.
brand. Because
I
all the
can't wait.
brands, yeah, I mean, it's super cute. They were having jean jackets and jeans, super cute low baggy jeans, and then they had a custom person there who would embroider anything you want on the back. But like the line was way too long, so we couldn't do it. It was literally 100 degrees in Palm Springs. The line was so long. But I did
Which
all
by
the other,
I
what'd
want
you
to
say?
get. I want to go to Palm Springs with you. I've never
Yeah.
been. You've
Yes.
been several times, and you were also very lucky because I read there was a windstorm the day after you left.
Yeah, I
All
didn't
that
see it.
stuff got knocked down.
Ooh.
All that stuff got knocked down. It was not good. I wonder, is there like press when you go there, or no? Like, is that one place the press don't really do like any type of real thing? Like, you do you feel that there's reporters there reporting on it, or it's pretty much
What do you
just not
mean? Palm Springs?
for the Coachella event? Were there a lot
It's
of
just a
reporters?
fun music festival. There's no reporters, yeah.
It's more chill, laid back,
I
right?
mean, people go like there's Revolve Fest. One time E News does like some interviews at Revolve Fest, but it's more so, yeah, they don't really do that because none of the artists, I don't think a lot of artists or people, celebrities want to talk. There was, like I said, Erin one year did Revolve Fest where she interviewed at Coachella, but that was like twice I saw her do it.
And I think I read somewhere, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, that Coachella used to be a whole different spiel. It was more of a different, it's a game changer now, really
It's
has sprung
influencer city now.
right. I was reading something that it never used to be that. It was
Yeah.
something with just the regular people going and listening and having a good time.
Yes, it
Is
used
that
to be just a music festival and you would go because you actually love the artist. Now it's all about being an influencer and having to go there and do your outfits for 3 days and take photos and go to events. It's totally different. I was actually there and I was thinking, wait a minute. Not in my mind, everyone there had just drove down from LA and it was just like all the people in Hollywood are here. And I'm like, there's actually probably people from other states here. But like in my mind, I didn't think of that because for me, it just feels like everyone who's in Hollywood just went. But I realized like, no, it's actually like people outside of the industry go to this. It's just a music festival. But my brain didn't even go there because just from what I see in the crowds,
yeah,
I just correlate Coachella with influencers. Like I forgot
right.
that like someone who's a nurse might actually be going to the music festival, but you don't see that. I don't know.
That's very interesting. And who do you think was like the very first influencer? Where did that come from? When did it
So long
start?
ago, like 2000, MySpace. I mean, I wasn't even born then. I mean, influencers have been around forever. Like even in the 2000s, someone who had just like their
Well, you were born in
Nikon camera.
1997. You were born
I'm just saying
1997.
I wasn't an adult to be in. I'm
Oh,
not, I wasn't alive to have that type of pop
that
culture. I was a
happened.
child. So,
I would
but I mean,
love
it was
for that.
like the Paris Hilton days. They were all, doing their thing and getting press and you wanted to wear what they wore, Juicy Couture's. That's an influence.
Yeah. So you think Paris Hilton was one of the first to
Yeah,
do
I
that?
mean, there's like, if you think about the early 2000s, I feel like anybody who was posting on MySpace, making videos of themselves, YouTubers, like it just goes so far back. But it's just now it's profitable. You're making millions. Like people make more off of one brand deal than they do at a year in a corporate job.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. And it's funny that you bring up Paris Hilton because I was just looking at Nicole Richie and I cannot believe she's got an 18-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Her and Joel Madden, whatever his name is,
Joe
their
Madden.
18-year-old is just so grown. I'm like, she looks so young to have an 18-year-old. Like,
Yeah.
and he looks young.
Yeah.
He's like in his 40s or something. He looks so young too. So that she was making her debut there, and they were like encouraging it. But yeah, it kind of reminds me, the way you were dressed was so cute. It kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, the hippie times, the 70s.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting. I must say, Elzer, your interviews, I am so excited, looking forward to going back to the Beauty and Style Awards. You are just so killing it. Everyone I know tells me, I mean, your questions, your thought process, the way you get so excited, you're just you. I mean, you're just so incredibly authentic. And I really am so proud of what you've done
Thank
and
you.
the things you come up with, and the way you interview these people, and they don't expect you to ask those kinds of questions or come prepared with magazines. I mean, just the Goldie Hawn one alone. Talk to the viewers a little bit about what you did for the magazine.
Yeah, so I actually had one photographer there who won Outstanding Achievement in Photography Award, Peggy Sirota, and she shot one of my favorite covers, which is the 1997 Vanity Fair Goldie Hawn. It's called Goldie's Big Splash. It was promo for First Wives Club, and she was in a fish bowl, and it's such a cool cover. And so I got the magazine and I brought it to her on the carpet, and I was like, "Tell me everything you remember from this." And she told a great story. So watch my interview to see that story. I'm going to be posting soon. And it was just, she was like, if you want to know who Goldie Hawn is, this story is just so her. And she's exactly what you see is what you get. And so it was such a fun moment. And I genuinely, as you all know, love the 90s, love the 80s, and really love that magazine. So it was so fun. I should have had her sign it, but I didn't think about that until after.
But how ironic, I was growing up in the 80s, and here you are going back, so nostalgic, going back to that. Like,
Yeah.
I never did that much, growing up, reminiscing. And so the fact that you can go back to that era and just enjoy and bring it into your entertainment world, I think is just so key and so exciting and so fun. For Without giving away too much, how many celebrities would you say without telling everybody, how many did you interview, would you say, that night?
I mean, I can give it away. It's over now. I mean, I just interviewed a ton. I don't even know. Like, the footage took 3 days to upload everything. So that tells you anything. Maybe like 55 people or 60 people, 70. I don't know. I interviewed a lot of people. It was just nonstop. And then sometimes people would come in groups of three. One hairdresser brought his mom as his date. So I was asking, who are some 90 icons in the hair world? And I was like, Mom, who would you say? And she gave a lot of great people like Tina Turner. And yeah, so it was super fun. It was a great show.
That's great. And then you'll be doing it again in the fall,
Yes,
probably.
and lots more things in between. And I will keep everyone updated. But go to my Instagram, go to my TikTok, and
Yes,
watch
please
everything there.
follow
Follow, follow. Hopefully, if
followers,
you're
more
listening, you
followers.
probably follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's get into some hot topics.
All right. So I did finally finish Love Story. And my final thoughts regarding that is that I think he's gorgeous. I thought he portrayed him amazingly well. Um, I just remember him dying and being shocked that, oh my God, I hate these small planes. I never really followed her much. And I thought perhaps that they did a great job. I do feel that when in the very beginning, the first episode, you see like a flashback of the end, and he's like rushing her to get there. And when they showed the very last scene, when we actually watched the last scene, I felt like that part of him being rushing her and getting angry wasn't seen. If you know what I'm saying, like in the beginning they show him getting angry with her and saying, "Hurry up, you're late." Then in the very last episode, when you get to that point, he's not mad at her. They're just showing that she got her nails done and she was running a little late. So I was just wondering, do you feel that they skipped, and could they have done a little bit more with that? Because I feel like they didn't, generally when they do flashbacks, they bring you exactly to that point
Well,
back.
maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know what was really said. And so that was like
Maybe
a creative choice because who will never know. Because
but
the
they showed it that in the beginning.
Yes, but maybe those are different theories that they were told. And maybe they're showing the dichotomy because we don't know what actually happened. The sister also passed away. So anyone who was actually there at that moment in that plane will never know what really went down. So maybe they
Right.
could have taken past reporting where oh, maybe Carolyn spends too much time, or maybe her nail appointment was supposed to be earlier, so maybe JFK was mad, or maybe if she had gotten her nails done, they would have been able to take off and they wouldn't have crashed. Maybe they were trying to plant the seeds of different scenarios, or maybe we already saw him get mad, so it kind of just picked up in the next moment. Because they did
Yeah.
make up there. He was only mad for a second.
Yeah. And the funny thing was that part, but the other part that I was resonating when they went to the therapist, and then after the therapist, they slept together. They were like, "Oh, we don't want to be separated. What are you talking about?" And then that kind of like just jumped really quickly back to them reconciling,
Well,
right?
that's how
And
their relationship was. It was 1 minute a mess, the next minute totally fine. I think that
so
was like an accurate portrayal of how
there's
their
a lot
love
more.
was.
Yeah, there's probably a lot more to that.
Yeah.
I was glad to see that the dog didn't die. The dog didn't go with them,
Mm.
even though it was so depressing. Because you know me and dogs, they said the dog did not die in the plane. It was at home, fortunately. But it was just, I kept thinking about his sister and his poor sister and what she's had to endure this year with her own daughter dying and her brother dying and her mother dying. It's just so sad. And I thought it was really well done, although there was a lot of speculation about, how it was portrayed, if the director or the producer really portrayed it right. I wanted to know what your thoughts were with the sister. Did she have creative rights or no? Because Daryl Hannah did not do well. I mean, she was not happy with
She
the
was
way
not happy. She said it was
I thought
completely
she sounded
false.
like.
She never did cocaine. I mean, everyone who because I never really knew who Daryl Hannah was, but everyone who has spoken to me about the show, including you, everyone says that was spot on. That it sounded just like her, it looked just
It was,
like her.
it,
So I looked her up after, and I thought it was really interesting. A story, her life story is very interesting. And it
yeah,
turns out, I don't think she's ever had any kids. Turns out, she said that she's never done drugs out of any sort of Kennedy memorabilia. She never threw a wild party at JFK Jr.'s house. She was like,
funny.
it's completely false. So,
Yeah.
I mean, then that obviously makes you question the rest of the show because if that's false, how can we believe anything that's happening? But maybe who's to say she's even telling the truth? The 90s were a wild time.
So what I don't understand is for the people that are still alive, like her, and other people like the mother, why couldn't they have had
They don't
creative?
want to be involved. They don't want to be
Well, they
involved.
don't want to be involved. Do you think the
No.
directors went to them and asked?
I'm sure Ryan Murphy reached out. They don't want any involvement. They don't want to rehash this death. It's like they don't talk about it. Like they are a very tight-lipped family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the thing that really was crazy. I mean, she sounded just like,
Yeah.
but I
It
didn't
was
know
great
what the dog.
casting.
Yeah, it was great. And that guy was gorgeous. Now, what was this thing with the pharmacy? I didn't see a pharmacy there. There's supposed to be a pharmacy that she went to a lot that now they're in New York. It's in New York City. And Olivia told me about it. And my friend's daughter and her went, and they said I would love it. It's this great pharmacy.
Oh, I have
Did
no
you
idea.
something in the movie? And
Hmm.
I'm like, I didn't see a pharmacy in the
Now
movie.
they're trying to be like, oh, this was not New York in the 90s. They're trying to like go back and do New York City in the 90s again. So maybe they found the pharmacy she used and it's still
Maybe
cute,
that's what it
still a
was.
mom and pop shop. But yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was so well done. Even if it's whatever it is, what for what it was, I thought it was well done and it's a tragic story because at the end of the day, they were in love and they died. So I mean, it was a great portrayal of that sense.
And I love the music. I love the way it played out.
Yeah.
Just every week, I was so excited to watch the next episode.
It was
It was,
great. It was
yeah.
really well done. Apparently, they're doing the next one, I think, with Elizabeth Taylor and
What
her
do they
love
do?
story. The next
Oh
one
my
is going to
God.
be the her and Richard Burton and all of
Well,
that.
I do feel with the Kennedy one, they could have made it longer. I feel like they could have done a couple.
Unfortunately, we live in the world of 8 episodes, which is terrible, and I want us to go back to 30 episodes a season, but we live in that miniseries world.
Oh, you wait. You wanted to go back
I want
to
to go
what?
back to when it was 30 episodes a season. Everything now is 8 episodes. I mean, it's not long enough.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So a lot of them are eight. I never thought.
Everything. Palm Royale, Mormon Wives, everything is 8 to 10 episodes. It's ridiculous. Then you have to wait 3 years to watch it again. It's so stupid.
You like when they air it all together, or do
No,
you do?
I want it to be the 90s where each week I wait at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. I'm watching the show for 30 episodes. They break for Christmas. So you're literally watching a show from September to May. That is what
Yeah.
I want. I do not want to come on and see 8 episodes. I'm watch on Monday. I'm done by Tuesday night. And then in 2 years, I have to remember what happened and watch it again. No, thank you. I can't stand it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just funny the way I don't know. I just still go back to like when we had the VCRs and
You got to
you had
record it. I love my DVR. I'm never getting rid of cable. I mean, I'm on your plan, so you're never getting rid of cable.
Oh my God, that's so funny. So, all right, moving on. What else do you want to talk about? Want to talk about Mormon
Let's talk
wives?
about Mormon wives quickly. I mean, okay, everything I just said out the window. I have never in my life binged a show faster than season 4 of Mormon Wives. I literally, Mom, watched that so fast. My jaw was on the floor. I genuinely think they are the best reality television out there, these women.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I will say, when you and I watched the cheerleaders, right?
Oh
Remember we
yeah,
watched
DCC.
that
That
was
was
really
really good.
good.
Yeah.
I don't think we watched the new. There was another one.
I watched
This.
them both. You got to get on that.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch this. Right, I didn't watch the
The
newest
new
one.
one. Yeah.
But Norman Wise, I have to confess, I still have, I think, two more. I'm on season 6. I'm on episode 6, season 4, episode 6. You said there's 8 or 9,
I
so I have
think
a
there's 8
couple.
or 9. It was
So
really good.
without giving it away, I want to ask you a couple questions because I didn't finish it. Who would you say is your favorite, the one you like the most, and why? And who do you dislike the most, and why? And then I want to talk about Frankie Paul. How do you say her name?
Taylor.
Taylor Frankie Paul. Yeah, I want to talk about her
You
with
know
the band.
what? My favorite is Whitney.
I
Whitney
agree.
Levitt. I thought about it when you first asked me the question. I'm like, I mean, I'm not like a I don't love one more than the other. It was just kind of like I'm watching them as a whole, and then all of a sudden Whitney popped in my mind. I'm like, Whitney. I mean, it's just incredible what she's done. Her rebrand, living in New York City, being on Broadway, going from dancing in front of your son who's in the NICU in the hospital, right? And like saying that your husband was on Tinder and that just everyone being against her, to now she is just the queen. They're the best couple. He's such a great husband. Her children are thriving. She's on Broadway. I mean, for me, she's my favorite because of all of what she's accomplished, but also I feel like she has a really good heart. I've interviewed her multiple times and she just seems like a
Oh,
really great on Dancing with the Stars, you know? So she
oh yeah,
just seems like a really great person and a really genuine person. So I really like her. She's someone I would actually be friends with.
yeah. I think I agree with you. I would choose her. I'm wondering, did we ever see her? I didn't know that about the NICU. Did we? Was that in the first
That's
season?
that's that's like literally her claim to fame. So that's how she got when they started the Mormon Wives, she was
Okay,
known because she had made a video that went viral because she was
okay.
dancing in front of her sons like was like sick in the hospital with like breathing problems and she's like doing a TikTok and people are like, what is wrong with this woman?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But
So,
I will also say Macy and Michaela, I met them at an event in LA and they were lovely. So, so
oh,
nice. So I
so
love them too.
I, yeah, I would totally agree with with the with my her being my first choice.
Yeah.
I love how she's doing such a great job in Chicago. I believe they brought her. They're extending it now
Hmm.
because she's doing so well. I will ask you this though: what were they talking about? Because she's my favorite too. What were they talking about in the episode? See, because I'm not done with it. Where she just got a movie deal or a book deal, something, some type of show. They
The
called her.
Christmas movie. I think we talked about it. She's going to be in a Christmas movie and she's like writing, she's helping direct it and executive producing it. So we've
Okay,
seen this. This was announced in like November. She's going to be in a Christmas rom-com and she's like executive producing too.
she's in it, and oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
What's amazing to me is her husband is just so adorable. They started doing their own like extra fun TikToks or just like fun stuff on Instagram. And it's like really comical and he's so cute. You wouldn't picture them together. But then when you see them play off each other, they're adorable.
Yes, they're so cute.
I like the way they have that partnership. Like I really hope she really values that because he doesn't seem like he wants the spotlight more than her. He seems
He's
like he
so
just wants,
supportive. He stays home and watches the kids now. It's incredible.
and he's just such a good friend to her and such a good, you know, he's just such a good support
Support
system.
system. Ah, Jinx! We just both said support system.
We
Yeah.
did. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Yeah,
also my least favorite, Taylor Frankie Paul.
that's, I gotta say,
I just,
I think I have two least favorites.
oh
My
yeah.
other least favorite is is it Layla with the
Yeah.
dark hair? Um, I do not like her. I feel like she has no role in this, and every time I watch her, I feel like it's scripted. I feel like she has nothing to offer except being a tattletale.
Yeah.
Like that's all I feel like I'm watching. I feel like I'm always watching her causing trouble and trying to get the dirt, but not really have anything to offer. Like what
Yeah,
is
she's
where,
just pot stirring the whole time. And I just think it's insane that, well, I guess you haven't gotten there yet, so never mind. But yeah, she's just a pot stirrer. And I think that's why you've always disliked her because you've always said she kind of comes in and stirs the pot, but doesn't really have a storyline.
Yeah, she goes in. She like, I feel like she tries to cause trouble and be like, "Oh, you're this, you're that," but then she's just doing it. Like you can't trust her. I just feel like you can't trust her.
Yeah.
I also feel like I feel like oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Who's the one that we love? Whitney. Whitney's voice seems very different. Did you notice her voice seems very
Yeah, she's
different?
changed her whole personality. She's very
I,
demure now. She probably has
yeah,
like a Broadway voice, so she's learned to speak from the
yes.
diaphragm.
Her voice is much higher in these things. I
Yeah.
noticed that. And they brought Mark, I think they brought Mark
Yeah.
to do Chicago with her, right? I mean, and she did phenomenal on the show. I mean, she could have won. I really thought she was
She
going
should
to
have
win.
won. She was robbed. But no,
Yeah,
we love Robert. So
we love Robert. But I thought that, they also showed Demi. I don't really feel like Demi has much of
she's
a
done. Like
reveal.
she doesn't really want to be in the show. I mean, it's in she well, I don't know if she's gonna come back.
What I thought was hilarious is when her husband was calling the other guy a cartoon character. Jen's husband's voice is very, very high pitched,
Oh,
like
Zach.
Zach. So I thought that was kind of funny um, to
Oh, and
hear
I
that.
want to say it's funny. And also, I'm sorry, but Zach compared to Connor, Zach, what happened this season is Zach is like, America hates me. I have to pretend like I'm a good husband. And then every time he turns around, he's saying like, oh, I don't like to see you at Disneyland dancing with another guy about Jan. And like, he doesn't want to be a stay-at-home dad. He look at the way he was handling with being with the kids versus Connor. Connor's like, I'm there. I support you, whatever you need. And Zach is not happy. He's like, you're not putting being a wife and a mother first. Like
I thought they
he's
changed
a little bit
that.
more scared of the public reaction because he was beaten down on Instagram, right? But I don't believe it's real. I really think he's still woman needs to be at home. He doesn't like that she puts celebrity first, even though she doesn't. She's a great mom. I think it's a
Yeah.
little bit fake when he fills her dressing room with flowers. I don't know if I would buy it. It seems like he's still the same old Zach, just
And he
hiding.
wasn't going to go to medical school and he gave that up. So what's he doing?
Right, he just TikTok.
Just dad talk? Dad talk?
Dad talk, which is like going to be dead now because Dakota and then Jesse's husband, they're divorced. So
Yeah.
dad
Get
talk
to
is
that
dead.
part. So they're going to get divorced,
Oh, they're done.
Jesse.
She moved into a new house. Yeah, the divorce is happening.
And I for a split second, a couple of episodes I was watching them, he looks a lot like Dakota.
Yeah, they
Like
morphed into each other.
it's weird. They look alike with the beard and yeah, what do you think about okay, so Layla I don't think has any personality. What do you think about the Taylor, Frankie Paul?
So
Tell
I
me
think Taylor, look, I don't dislike her. I just think she needs a lot of help. I think she's really angry. I think she's a lot of unresolved trauma. I don't know what it's from, past relationships, childhood, but she's very angry. Her and Dakota, I mean, it's a toxic cycle. She should not care who he sleeps with because they are not together. The reaction of freaking out, throwing chairs, domestic abuse, and then, getting back together, sleeping together the night before she's set to leave for the bachelorette. I mean,
that
it's ridiculous. It is so toxic. It's so unbelievable. She needs extensive therapy. So does he. They need to never be together again and just co-parent. I mean, hopefully this is a wake-up call for her because she did the Bachelorette. It was supposed to air and it did not air because her and Dakota got into another domestic violence incident allegedly after she
right.
got back from the Bachelorette. So you went on the show and all these men are looking for love, right? Whatever, maybe not. And then you sleep with your ex right before you go, and then you come back and you sleep with your ex again. I mean, what was the point of the Bachelorette?
Oh, so she slept with him after the Bachelorette.
Or whatever, they got into a domestic violence fight allegedly, like, they were in the cycle again.
So clearly, right, because the show is over, she didn't meet anyone
She
to
did,
marry.
and they broke up after the show.
Oh, did they bring up off the show because that thing came out or
No, they
no?
just broke up a few weeks after filming because she's not serious about anybody else. I mean, she's obsessed with Dakota.
It's so weird. So let me ask you a question. Would you know if they were engaged? Did she pick
We don't
somebody to
know.
get
We'll
engaged?
never know. The show didn't air. I'm sure they just dated. I mean, nobody's gonna want to move to Utah and be a dad to three
No.
kids from different fathers because it's just so toxic.
Didn't
Like
she have two or three kids
she
from
has
one
three
father?
kids, two kids from one dad and one kid with Dakota. So she has three kids total, drama with both baby daddies, family issues. She is just so angry. And the fact that she wanted to destroy her girlfriends for relaying the information or not relaying the information fast enough, like
Oh,
where do you get off being so angry on the show? I don't know if you got in there yet, but she's yelling at
no.
them, the girls. And it's like, who do you think you are? Like you're not even with Dakota. And I understand, but clearly it's unresolved. All of this is because you are not healed. And so I'd like for her to heal herself before I see her on my screen again. I just think it's
Yeah,
gross.
that's a good point. Her mother's in the episode I'm watching. Her mother's like, "You need to be with a man not like Dakota." No, she doesn't need to be with any man. She needs to
Exactly.
feel
And the mom is not a great mom. I mean,
mom's
there's
not. She
issues there.
needs to
I
be
don't
with,
know, Mormon, not Mormon. Now
yeah.
Taylor said she's leaving the Mormon church to find herself. Go find yourself because this is not working.
And I don't even understand. So I couldn't remember. Did they break up because he cheated originally?
Yes,
He was the one.
originally, the thing is, I never got confirmation of who he slept with. It was lingerie pictures, and then did they sleep together? Then he started dating a friend, and then he went to Vanderpump Villa and he slept with staff. But if you weren't together in Vanderpump Villa, why do you care?
Right.
Ugh,
Right.
like weirdly though, I don't understand why you want to hear details of how he has sex with this girl, what the position was, and then you said, "Oh, it turns you on," and then you yell at him and say, "How dare you?" But you're not even together. I mean,
I know.
can he never sleep with anyone again? But then he's
And then
texting her, being like, "I want a family." He's disgusting and he's manipulative,
yeah. And then she's going on The Bachelorette. So what's she jealous about?
right? And
And then
then
Harry Jowsey. So
Harry
ridiculous.
Jousey came. So this guy.
Like, what's Harry? Isn't Harry looking for love or something? Is he?
Yes, let's marry Harry. It hasn't aired yet, but yeah, he's just such a pot stirrer himself.
He's so funny. So yeah, I don't care for her. So wait, so in a nutshell, without giving it away, is everyone coming back except Demi?
Oh,
And
I don't know if you've heard the news, but pretty much
no,
Mormon Wives is on pause. They have stopped filming because nobody
oh,
felt comfortable filming after the domestic violence incident.
I think
And
I thought that was
Jen and Michaela have moved to Orange County, and there
wait,
might be Jen
wait,
and
Jen,
Michaela have
Michaela
moved
is
to Orange County. She's the one with all the sicknesses.
they moved to Orange County,
And there's going to be a
California.
Mormon Wives Orange County with new Mormon wives who live in OC, and they're going to join them, and then Utah might be done because of what's
Oh
been
my
going on.
God. Oh my God, that's crazy. So Jen's husband is just willing to go with her. And Michaela, you said, is getting divorced from her
I
husband?
don't know what's happening there. She's acting like they split up. I don't know if he's there. I don't know what's real or not, but they are in LA. So allegedly, there's going to be a Mormon Wives OC with like real Mormons who are in Orange County, and then they're going to add Jen and Michaela. And then they're either going to cancel Utah or Utah will be, Jesse can't leave. Her salon is there. Taylor, Layla, like all these people have custody issues, so they can't leave Utah. So maybe they'll start doing Utah again, but cameras are down now because of all the drama. But we want cameras up. Jesse's divorced. Taylor's just been acquitted of domestic violence. No charges are being
Yeah,
pressed against her. She's
yeah.
lost custody of the son temporarily. So we need cameras up.
And
And
Whitney's
Whitney's
okay.
done. I don't think she'll go to any, I think she'll be Broadway forever.
She never has to ever come back to Utah.
Yeah.
So like she's gonna sell her house now. She's living in an apartment, loving New York. And she's also got a new soda brand or
Yes,
something.
I want to try it when I come. We should try it.
Yes. I would love to. I wish we had more time. I would have seen that show with you.
Yeah,
I
I
think
wanted to see Chicago.
she just seems so happy and so creative and
She's
she
great.
just
She's thriving. I mean, it's impressive.
it's very
It's
impressive.
like one star from each show can amass that level of fame, and she was it.
And so like Layla, did you say Layla and her boyfriend are gonna break up? I
They
haven't
broke
gotten to that.
up. Yes, they broke up. And can I tell you something? Because I kind of want to see your reaction.
Okay.
She's
Go.
addicted to Ozempic,
Who is?
Layla,
She is?
and she has to go to rehab for it.
What? She does Ozempic?
Yeah.
She's so thin.
Yes, which is even sicker. She's so,
What?
so, so tiny, but she has a severe eating disorder, or she has like eating disorders from her past. And so yeah, it's really sad though. She did Ozempic and got addicted, and she did go to like a treatment center, I think. But I was
Yeah,
shocked. I mean, you
I have a gene.
obviously it's
I
disordered
have a,
eating. What'd you
yeah,
say?
I have a gene addiction. That's
You have
my
a teen
disorder.
addiction. I mean, but the thing is, I look at her and I'm like, you are so thin. You could not be any thinner. But I guess,
Right.
when you're in addiction, you just don't see it that way. Because for me, I'm like, Ozempic? How is that possible? How could you ever be allowed
So
to take
thin.
Ozempic? You're a
Absolutely.
thin. But you know what? I guess for her, she doesn't feel that
So
way.
she reminds me of Amanda, not Amanda, what's her name? Um, Allison Holker.
Oh,
Allison Holker with the fake breasts. Allison Holker got the fake breasts, and she's skinny.
yes.
She got skinny.
Ozempic,
That's crazy.
baby.
But
Yeah.
wait, but wait, is Layla? Does she have kids?
Yeah, she has two kids, but they're not allowed to be seen because
Oh,
the
because they
ex.
never show them. Oh, because the ex. Okay. So did she break up because of the
He
anorexia,
broke
or
up with her. He dumped her. And then he got
because
like a blonde girlfriend, Mason. Yeah.
is it because is
No,
anorexic.
because he said he wanted to work on himself, and then all of a sudden he's with another girl.
So that show is done. Those people
I
are
don't
just,
know. Hopefully not. It's so good, but it's so messy.
I know. And so like the dad TikToks, is that still
Dad
go
Talk
like,
is dead because like nobody wants to be seen with Dakota or Jordan. And guess who Jesse just reunited with?
oh, you told me the guy that was accused of
Yeah,
like coming.
Marciano. What is wrong with you?
Oh my God. But did anything ever happen between her and Marciano?
Yes, they kissed.
And then did he do something to Demi or was that made up?
Ah, we
Because
don't know. The
I
jury's
thought
out.
he was suing. He was suing because of that.
Yeah, he was suing because he said it was fake, but now him and Jesse just hung out to do a campaign for her brand, I think. So it's so
And I
messy in Utah.
and she won some award that she beat out the Kardashian. When she was on the show, she came back from some award and said,
Oh, yes, yes. I don't know what it was, but good for
I was
her.
like, wow, that's
Well,
the new
I
wave.
interviewed her the other night at the Hollywood Beauty Awards,
You
but
did.
we weren't allowed to talk about it though, so it sucked because I wanted to talk about Mormon wives, but we had to talk about hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My God, darn. And wait, so was she the stylist or was she the
She was
actress?
presenting a hairstyling award. She was a presenter.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't being nominated.
No.
So all right. Well, moving on with that. Moving on with the Mormons. Let's see if they go to the OC and let's go on to the next topic. So what else
True
do you want to
crime.
take?
I think we should just run through some true crime. It's already been an hour. Let's just
Okay.
wrap up with some like quick true crime. I mean, it's wild. I can't go on TikTok
Local
anymore.
and far away. Let's start with the local news. Richfield.
Yeah, let us know. What is it?
Oh my God. So in Richfield, Connecticut, this is crazy. Nothing ever happens here. Some woman, she was, she's not married, but she has a child or two children with this guy. It's the baby daddy. And she's like 33 years old. She's accused of trying to poison him with antifreeze because she wanted to take over the house and have custody over the child. That's what I'm reading. I don't know if you had a chance to look it over,
Yeah.
but that's the big news. But they're saying she's innocent, and that's not exactly what went down. So I don't really know exactly. What do you think? What did you get
My
from it?
thing is, antifreeze is every murderous wife's favorite product, okay?
Oh, because you watch all the crime shows. That's right.
But
You're the
also in real life too. Every time you hear about this person poisoned their wife or husband, it's antifreeze. You know, that's just like their
oh my
go-to. And
God.
I mean, who is ordering antifreeze to their house? It's insane. Like, what is that for? Like, let me just get some antifreeze. If there was antifreeze found, did he die?
No. And there was two at times this happened. Did you read?
Okay, yeah,
It's like,
this is like the woman in Utah, Corey Richardson, who just went to jail because she did that, and then she wrote a book about grief,
yes.
which is even creepier
Oh my
because you
God. And then she
poisoned
got
him,
convicted.
you killed him, right? And then you
Yes.
write a book about grief. You want
Yes.
the attention, you psycho.
I read that. I saw
Mentally
that.
unwell. Like if you're gonna be murderous, why don't you keep it under wraps for a bit? And then
Right.
she threw a party the day after he died or something because she closed on the $5 million house she bought, and she's like, he
Oh,
would have wanted this. Crazy.
oh
But
my
I
God.
digress. If there's antifreeze found in him, then yes, so he was poisoned. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what?
He's not dead, the guy, but apparently it happened twice or something. And I don't know what she's claiming. She said that he was mentally abusive. So she didn't want him around, but she tried to kill him.
Right, she tried
She's
to kill him. We didn't say like, is the crime that you killed him for an unfair, tried to kill him because of an unfair reason? No, maybe you were justified in what, well, I mean, you're not justified, but maybe you had a reason to want to escape the marriage, but you tried to kill him. You did
so
not
she
try
said
to
she didn't
escape
try
the
to kill
marriage
him.
through
Right.
divorce or
Right.
leaving. I mean, you did it. Just because he's
Right.
abusive doesn't mean you can do that.
Exactly. I often find it so interesting when, you have the difference between that and 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 you have the difference between that and when someone does the murder suicide, which is so sad. When they do a murder suicide, it's awful. They murder the person and themselves
Well,
instead
yes,
because
but that's a completely different scenario because like then it's
they
just
don't want they
yeah,
don't
they don't
want to
want to
lose.
be alive either. They just want to die too. But this seems like when all these people trying to poison others for money motives, like, yeah,
Right.
like you said, she wanted the house, she wanted custody. I mean, she tried twice. It wasn't just like an accident. He got sick for no reason. Like, this is clear that
Right.
she came back again and tried to poison him again.
So that's a huge thing that's going on in Richfield right now. There was one murder last year with some mentally ill guy. He was challenged or something, and he killed his dad. But this is the newest.
So, is it a jury?
I don't know. I think I gotta go back. I just look at because she went back to court, or she's still in custody. So they did a hearing yesterday. I think they need more time. I gotta read the article again because
Yeah,
she went back to court.
that's
So
crazy.
that's really not good. And then Of course, we have the David, arrest the David, what is it called? David.
David, the rapper, finally.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay. I mean, first of all, why would he leave? For the viewers that don't know, this is a guy that's on tour, he's 21 years old, and apparently he kills his girlfriend that I might have been pregnant. I don't know if she was pregnant, because now in the article I didn't see pregnancy. But he left her in the car. Why
In
would
the
you leave
trunk,
her
in the trunk,
in the trunk?
15.
And then just be like, oh, I have no idea how she, like,
And then
I
he
don't
wrote a
understand.
song about a girl in a trunk or something like that. Like there
Right.
was a rap
And they
song.
have matching tattoos.
They had matching tattoos, and he claimed he
Says
had
shush,
no idea who she
shush,
was.
like SH, like shush or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what do you think about that?
I think friggin' finally, like, well, what was the problem? This man in his trunk, his girlfriend, a song about the crime, tattoos about being quiet. I would think he did it.
Right. But now I just read something from TMC. I'm so annoyed by the TMZ guy. He annoys me. It's like, go
Yeah.
away. He always knows everything. It's like a yenta. But he's like saying, like he's doing this long rant now. Harvey Weinstein, no, Harvey Levin.
Harvey
What's his name?
Levin.
Harvey, sorry, Weinstein. Oh. Um, but yeah, Harvey Levin's talking about how they may not have enough evidence, the
To keep him?
prosecution.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
there's something with the way it's being brought up or something. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you know he's in jail
I
right
think it took this
now?
long to arrest him for a reason. Hopefully they have a solid case. I mean, they waited until now to do it. I'm hoping that's because they were able to build enough evidence that they feel confident to get an arrest. Not an
Yeah,
arrest, a guilty
conviction.
verdict.
I
A
know,
conviction.
I
Yeah.
know. But it's what, was she pregnant or she wasn't
I
pregnant?
thought she was, but now I don't know because yeah, I didn't see that in the latest article.
Yeah,
But it's really
that's.
sad. She was like 15.
I think she was younger. I think she was 14.
Yeah.
I think she was 14. I mean, let alone rape. I mean, he's crazy.
He's crazy. He definitely, I mean, was he just touring this whole time?
Yeah. Oh no, I think he took a pause.
Oh, he took a
I think,
pause.
yeah, because of that
Insane.
staying in someone's house. So
But when I
that was
saw that he was arrested, I was like, oh, my mom's gonna be so happy. It
I
finally
know.
happened.
Like finally, it's like it just seemed too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then also Christina Applegate, not to talk about crime, that's really sad. She's back in the hospital again, right?
Yeah, she has MS, so I do think she's in and out of hospitals a lot. She's a lot of health issues due to the MS, other issues. So she's been in there since March apparently, but we don't know why. But hopefully, the podcast took a break because Jamie and her both had book tours. They both had books out. Hoping she's back soon. I feel really bad, obviously, for Christina. It's just her MS has been really hard. Selma Blair is doing better. Jamie does better.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Christina's had a rough go of it.
I saw like a small interview, just a snippet of it, and she said she's in pain 24/7.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is you never hear about the breast cancer. She went through breast cancer like a breeze, right? She got through it and she was done. And you wonder if there was any relationship to the breast cancer to now having multiple sclerosis. I mean, it's just she really just has not had a good ride with anything. I also was thinking when our last podcast when we filmed, we then went through the Oscars. Oscars came after because I believe the Oscars happened when I got back from Mexico. Is
hmm
that correct?
I
And what
think.
they didn't mention, I'm pretty sure they did not do when they did the whole scenario of the people, the what do they call it, the
In
memorial,
memoriam.
memoriam. And I just popped up in my mind when we're talking now. Obviously she's alive, but they didn't do. I don't think they did a tribute. Was it? Did they not do something for um Eric? There was somebody that
Well, because they
I
said
don't.
Eric Dane is a TV star. So Shonda Rhimes even said it, so he would understand why he wasn't included in the movie one. But he'll have a big thing at the Emmys
Okay, when are the Emmys?
September, so he'll be recognized then. And he's on the website for the In Memoriam, but Oscar said like they couldn't include everyone, and
Okay,
his category is more so TV. But yeah, but no, Christina, hopefully, I just love her. I was gonna watch Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter is Dead. Like I was about to watch that this morning.
that
So
was funny.
yeah, she's great. And her memoir is great. We should read her memoir. It looks really
I know
good.
you should, because it's sad. You think about like all the fun stuff. She was like, actually a comedy actress, right? She was fun
Yeah.
to watch. She was in Married with Children, all that stuff. And when I just saw her interview, I was just like, it just seems like so tragic. Like I watched Dead to Me and I loved it, and there was comedy in it. There was kind of like a little bit of a comedic relief, but then it was also really sad too. So I find, you know, she's such a true movie star in so many ways because she really is vulnerable, and she keeps herself very, very in the spotlight without doing it for fame, but just I feel like it's becoming more about her illness versus her acting.
Well, she's retired now. She'll never act again, I think she said. So
What?
now she podcasts about with Messi. So that's kind of just sharing her day-to-day life, and this is the reality of it.
So do you think podcasting is really it goes hand in hand with being an actor? Do you think it's the next
No, I
level?
think a lot of people do it. I don't think everyone needs to be on the mic. Maybe we don't need to be on the mic. I know not everyone needs a podcast.
Yeah,
So, but I
yeah,
think it does not go hand in hand. But I think a lot of people, like Sarah Michelle Gellar, will never do a podcast. She loves to act, and that's her job, and she'll continue to act. You don't have to do it. Sometimes I just
why?
think
Yeah, why do you think people
money, money,
famous?
relevance. If you want to do a rewatch, how fun is that? You don't really want to act or you don't really like the roles you're being given. But if you want to sit and rewatch your old show that was great, that's where your fan base is fun from, and you love all your old co-stars, like a Desperate Housewives rewatch podcast 90210, then why
I think,
not?
yeah,
Different way to connect with fans. And maybe for the older generation, it's more fun because there was no podcast growing up. So maybe it's a
right.
really interesting, cool thing that's new for them. And so it's like another job, another opportunity in Hollywood that they want to
For the
explore.
older people, but I feel like there's a lot of young people doing it. Like
But
Lala's
no famous, like Zendaya would never do a podcast, Jennifer Lawrence. Like, think about all
or
the
like
A-listers that are young. They
they
don't
would
have
stay in their
podcasts.
lane. They're gonna
Yeah,
do
Jacob Elordi. Yeah.
yeah. And then a lot of times if you notice they're doing it in groups like you and I, like they're not just doing one person.
Yeah.
It's
Or they
everybody
have
like
guests come on, which is fun.
which we have to do again. We haven't done that in a while. We've had a couple of guests. So yeah, but we
Yeah, we'll have
digress.
some new guests on. But okay, we'll quickly wrap up two more wild in the Bahamas. A husband and a wife were went to dinner. They're living on a boat. They went to dinner. They came back on the little dinghy, and she, quote, fell off with the key to the boat and has not been seen since. And this man was arrested, released from custody, decided to do an interview, and could not even muster up a tear, but was somehow, crying in his voice. I mean, did he
And then
do
the
it?
stepdaughter. Well, the other thing too is I 100% he did it. The stepdaughter gave so much insight into it, right? Because she came forward saying he's abusive. He got in trouble for abuse. He was horrible to my mom. Like, did she even try to stop her mom from going to this Bahama trip? Like, but then they said they were. It was cute. They were called the Hookers. What was it? They had a boat called the Hookers, or
Right, but it's crazy to me because if your marriage is in a bad place and then you're gonna go on like a romantic live on a boat together in the Bahamas, and then we have the doctor who's on trial right now for trying to murder his wife in Hawaii. He took her on a
oh my,
hike and then
yes,
smashed her with a rock 10 times and then FaceTimed his son and was like, yeah, I just tried to kill your stepmom. I'm gonna peace out too. But now he's saying it was self-defense. I'm like, why do all these men, if you're in a rocky place with your spouse, don't go near a cliff. Don't go on a boat. If they say they want to do a romantic moonlight dinner on the cliff, don't do it.
oh,
You know,
you're saying it's the woman. It's the woman's fault. They need to walk away.
it's not their
He said,
fault. But I mean, if you and your spouse are in a bad position and then they suggest male or female to go to
okay,
on a hike or to a
100%,
boat or on an excursion of any, don't do it. Don't do it.
100%,
It's so
100%.
insane. Get
You're right.
divorced. What is so hard to try to eliminate someone? And so apparently I saw on TikTok these types of deaths are called alpine deaths because instead of
Oh,
just getting divorced, they take them to like the woods or somewhere in the forest and they try to make it look like an accidental death. Like, oh, they fell off the cliff or, oh, she fell out of the yacht. It's called an alpine death.
but how stupid are they? I don't
Yes.
understand. It's kind of it's tragic, but it's kind of like
But
on the way.
think about all the people
Not that
who
it's their
actually
fault.
got away with it. There's a lot of people who probably got away with it because if you go to the Grand Canyon
Yeah.
and like Scottsdale, like there's lots of places that have books of every, like, here's all the people who died on the Grand Canyon. How many of those do we think were, husbands pushing wives or vice versa? Like the reason people do it is because so many people probably did get away with it, maybe back in the day. But
Well,
it's so stupid. Just get
what
divorced.
my mind, and this is a generational. When we talk about generational gaps, you know what the red flag that just went up in my mind, where I first knew about someone whose wife disappeared on a boat. What's his name? The guy that did Heart to Heart.
Natalie
Nat-
Wood.
Natalie
Well,
Wood and what's his name? Whatever the
I
husband's
forget what his
name.
name was,
I
but
forgot.
Natalie Wood, let me look it up.
Yes.
You know what's so
Yes.
funny about that?
Keeping me. So that's in my generation, that's what they never solved that. And
Oh
that
yeah,
would be
Robert Wagner.
Robert
But
Wagner.
here's my
Yeah.
thing. Someone wrote in a Facebook group I'm in that one time her mom was coming from a boat to the dock and she was drunk. She was drinking a little bit and she slipped and she fell into the cold water. And she said it was the scariest moment of her life. And she said after she got out of the water, going forward, she said, now I believe Natalie Wood accidentally drowned because she said when you're in that cold water and you're kind of drunk, I mean, it can seem way scarier and like way more. So she's like, ever since that moment, she believed that it was possible that Natalie could have, drunkenly fallen or whatever. Because I guess
Right.
when you're drinking and you hit cold water like that, it's a
Right.
shock to the body. So I don't know,
That-
but
That's a really good point. I'm really impressed that you knew about that.
oh yeah, Natalie Wood is like a crazy, old Hollywood story. I always
I
think
know.
about that. We don't
I
know if it
forget
was a
that I'm
murder.
yeah, but I'm dealing with you, who's very much, you are not the generational gap. You kind of are my generation
I'm the bridge.
reversing backwards sometimes. That's interesting that you knew that. Yeah, that's
I
a
want to go
really
to like a soul life regression person and see if like I lived another life in the 90s or the 80s and
100%,
I really want
100%.
to know.
So if you think about that Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood, that's a perfect example of, I mean, maybe he didn't do anything wrong. The other thing that comes to my mind is, remember Olivia Newton-John? Her first husband or second husband or one of her husbands
Right.
never was found. Like they think he just went for a different identity to get away.
Yes, exactly.
But
So there's lots of crazy scenarios and yeah, that's why I'm like this was insane and I think he did it. I don't know. I really do think he did it. I don't know if we're gonna find her body. Then you think about like the one guy I heard who he said is a bobcat got his wife a few years ago when she was on her bike and really her cell phone was pinging running around the house because he tried to, shoot her with a sleeping tranquilizer and then murder her. So he's on trial for that right now. He claimed it was a bobcat, but really you could see how her phone pinged her running, trying to get away from him, chasing her.
well, I will say, in all honesty, I didn't know the hooker guy was guilty right away until I heard about the
But
stepdaughter.
if your wife,
Oh,
but what would you think
I
though? I
didn't-
mean, anytime a wife and husband are on a boat and the wife falls overboard, you don't, my first thought is suspicious.
Was she not wearing a life jacket either? That was weird too.
Well,
I
they
don't
were
think
in
she.
the dinghy leaving dinner, so I guess not. I mean, why was she holding the boat keys? I mean,
But
all of
what
it.
does that mean? I didn't understand that
The
part with the
keys to
boat.
the boat. Like she had the keys to the boat, so he couldn't go back to the boat. I don't know, or couldn't get help. He couldn't go get help because she had the keys to the boat. So he couldn't take the boat to get help.
Oh my God, that's a little convenient.
Yeah, it's convenient. And then her mom did an interview saying that he could be scary. I mean, all signs are bad. Like if it was
Oh,
you, maybe I would
her mom said it too.
say that he could be scary. So that's the thing. It's not like this was a great husband like my dad, who like if you
No.
fell overboard, I'd probably believe you fell. Or maybe I'd be like, he was so sick of it. He got over. He snapped. But no, like some marriages, I would believe that they could fall overboard. But if all the signs are pointing to him being abusive, I'm like, okay, there's just come on, this is too convenient.
Right. And one more note. There's one more story that we have to talk about. The South African girl. The girl, she's not South African. Some influencer. They went to South Africa and they're saying they heard them fighting. And
Yeah.
he said she killed herself. And
Yes.
they didn't even call the family till like 90 hours later.
Yeah.
Or
He never
I
told the
don't know.
family, and now he ghosted the
And
family.
he said, oh, she's gonna be fine. And then he like called and said, oh, she died or something.
It's
That she
not
tried to.
funny, but it's just like the stupidity of the male race is just insane. I'm sorry.
It's
They were
yeah.
fighting. They were so loud. Then she asked for a phone charger. She was wandering the hotel. She asked the hotel manager to come back like 15 minutes later to get the charger. And then the manager comes back and finds her hanging dead at the hotel room. I think he did it. I think if he did not do it, his first call would be sobbing to the parents at the hospital. He never contacted her parents. They found out from the hospital or the hotel that their daughter was dead. And he has been MIA since. Clearly, I feel like he's guilty. Like, could he be scared? Could he be worried that he would be in trouble? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up.
Makes some sense. But so he said that, right? He said she was going to be fine, but then he said she killed herself.
Who did he say she
So
was going to be fine to? Oh, the parents.
yes, he said she's fine. She's going to the
Yes.
hospital.
Yes.
So was that he's supposed to think that she tried to hang herself, and he saw her, but she was okay. But
No,
then she
no, it was just that he wanted to stall. He didn't want I don't know what he wanted. Maybe he thought that he wasn't successful killing her. I don't know.
yeah. And the hooker guy, going back to the hooker guy, he was supposed to stay around. He's gone. He
He,
left.
he, he left. I thought he was in the
Out of
Bahamas.
Dodge. Well, I don't think they're going to let him leave. I think they might be taking his passport, but he wanted to leave.
I think he said, "What's the point of being here without my wife?" And then he tried to fake off a sob again.
Yeah. So crazy. Oh
Crazy
my God.
guys. That's all we have. I mean, it's just a wild world. TikTok is so
We
depressing.
gotta end on one less depressing note.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to tell a story. I don't know if you have a story to
We'll do
share.
your story today.
Okay, my story. So my story was there was a dog that was in distress and it was so cute. They ended up doing emergency landing to get the dog help. I don't even know what happened. I just read that the dog was in distress. The dog ended up being great, happy, and healthy because they made an emergency landing
Woo!
for the
That's so
dog.
cute. That's so sweet.
That's
That's
the
like the
cute.
human heart. Good people.
Yeah. I like stories like that and
Me
like
too.
stories when you hear the dogs get reunited or the cats get reunited after. I mean, that's wild to me when they go missing like for 7 years and then they somehow get found. Either they make their way back or they have a chip
Oh, I
and they
love
get.
that.
Yeah, I love those stories. So that's the story for this week. On
Yes,
that
there's
end,
goodness in the world.
we have to end with happiness.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll hopefully catch you next week
Hope to, yeah, no downtime for the
for the
Debster,
Raspys, for the
the
Debster.
Raspy, the Debster. And yes, if I end up dead, then he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
You heard
Okay.
it here first.
All right,
A
guys.
quit.
Have a good week. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.